Alrighty, so basically since the last episode that I posted, a lot has transpired in this home, which will kind of go over everything and some future plans I have going on coming up here in the near future. Some big changes I'm going to be making structurally to the entire house, and I'm going to cover all that in this video for you guys. But first, I'd like to show you some changes since my last episode. So one of my first changes is, of course, the living room. When I first moved in here, I said I needed at least one room of the house that was easy to get clean, repaint, and then just get a bunch of furniture in here, order a bunch of stuff, and make it feel cozy. So that way I had a room to sleep, live, and hang out in. And so did Valentina, while I'm working on the rest of this house. And this episode is more so to kind of go over what plans I have for the upcoming future, what things you'll expect to see on this channel in terms of episodes. Throughout the rest of the summer, I do intend on mostly working on the property, working on the house. And then come winter time, we'll be doing a little bit more adventure gear type stuff. We also have the tiny house in the backyard, which I'll show you guys as well. But this is what the living room has come out like so far. I've literally designed the living room, rearranged the furniture several times to try and get like the perfect layout. And I think out of all the layouts, this is my favorite. It kind of makes the TV and the TV entertainment center the central focal point of the living room. It is the only way to have it to where the living room feels wide open. I really like that the recliner has its own area here. It's close enough to my table to where I can sit and enjoy the TV. Or if I have guests over or friends, they have a place to sit. Also, don't mind my dog shedding. It was like 100 degrees every single day last week. So she's got hair everywhere. I do vacuum once a day, but my hose is broken on the vacuum to be able to vacuum the chair. So I am actually purchasing a new vacuum this coming week. Vacuums, unfortunately, are not cheap, and the two used vacuums that I got both end up not working, so I'm just going to go brand new. But the newest thing I added in here was this carpet. I found this rug, fantastic rug online. Really liked it because it ties in all of the different colors I have in here between the blues, the greens, the reds, the grays, the blacks. It kind of blends everything together. And, you know, one of the things that I'm doing is putting vinyl wood floors in here. Once those are in here, I really think that this rug will pop even more. But it does match my curtains. I do have one more curtain like that. I just got to get a different curtain rod. That was just one of the curtain rods that I found in the house. But basically that's a really nice thick curtain, and I'm going to go with that green. I got one for that window. I just got to get hooks for the curtain. Now Valentina has her own chair. You're probably wondering, why is your dog getting hair all over the chair? Well, this chair is a little bit too small for me. I'm not really sure, you know, what size chair it is, but that chair is definitely bigger. It was perfect for her. So now she has her own place. She can see the TV because she does watch certain things that I put on for her. She's able to see me when I'm hanging out on the couch, whether it's, you know, doing game streams or if I'm working. She has her own place. She doesn't have to lay on the floor. However, she wanted to lay on the floor, she totally could. But she likes her chair. So I got her own chair. These are some new things I added in here. An entire living room set. Everything matches. So the tabletops to these tables all match. These are all farmhouse style living room set. It matches with the TV stand. And then it also matches with this little hallway table that I got right here. Complete furniture set that I ordered online. I built all this myself. Came in pieces. Let me show you guys the room with all the empty boxes. So there's one empty box. And this room is a mess right now. This is kind of just the room that I've been putting stuff. Like all my empty boxes I haven't gotten rid of yet. Painting, I've been painting the living room, working on it here or there, and basically everything in here is just basically a storage room until I'm able to convert this room. My plans for this room, let me zoom out here. The plans for this room is this is actually going to end up being my office. As most of you know, I do run a smaller company, and I need a place that I don't have to constantly, pick up my work for the day and put it in the folder, put everything away. I need a desk, I need a filing cabinet. I'm accumulating documents and paperwork and all sorts of stuff. I need a place that I can come in, shut the door, have a peace and quiet. So this room's gonna eventually become my office. And slash, I'll be able to do some gaming in here as well. I am planning on ordering a gaming PC, so that way I could do like Flight Simulator. One of my biggest plans is to get one of those simulation chairs for Flight Sim or DCS that the chair moves. Basically, I don't know what the proper term for it is, but it emulates like either an F-18 or an F-16 fighter jet cockpit, and you put it in the middle of the room and it moves, and you use VR and it's hooked up to your gaming computer. So eventually that is the long-term plan for this room. It's going to have one of those in here along with my office desk, which is going to wrap around the corner, which will leave the majority of the room open. So moving on into the master bedroom, I still haven't even gotten to this room yet. I've just been working so much, and I've been working on the kitchen and living room starting out. This is the bedroom. Big plans for the bedroom are really I'm gonna sand down, refinish these wood floors. These are the original wood floors to the house. These are actually in really good condition. They just need to be refurbished. I'm gonna be painting the walls a very neutral color in here. I'm gonna be adding lots of lights like I have in my living room. So there's gonna be, 2 nightstands to this bed. The bed will be more long ways. So there will be a nightstand on either side with lamps, and then I'll have another lamp up there or another light. And then there will be like a tall, skinny lamp, kind of like I have in my living room, that will stand right there. And then I'm also going to be adding in a light in the closet because I do have the closet door. It's right there. And when I put the closet door here, I'll be able to have a light in here so I can see my clothes a lot easier. So the bedroom here is going to be completed hopefully over the next month. And moving on to the master bedroom bathroom, which is just a half bathroom. I haven't even gotten to finishing the toilet in here. I did get the part that I needed, which was this piece right here. I've been waiting on that little part. That was stop the leak that the toilet was having. For now, I just turned the water off to this bathroom so I can get to it. I don't use this bathroom at all. It is at the end of the house, and I'm not living in this bedroom yet. But this room will not take a lot of time. It's more so just ordering all of the furniture, all of the things. Hence why I'm waiting till August 1st, because I can only do so much at one time. Owning a new company, I don't have an endless supply of money coming in just yet. However, come August 1st, I'll have a lot more money coming in from new accounts, stuff like that. So I'll be able to make the rest of the house look awesome like this room. So that's basically the plan. The plan is to, get at least the master bedroom going by August 1st. Once that's done, then I'm going to focus on the floors throughout the house. I'm going to start in the kitchen. I already started trying to rip up some of this vinyl. It does not come up easily. So I'm going to have to get a heat gun to do that. But basically, the entire kitchen here will look fantastic once I get the new flooring in. Twice I shampooed this carpet. So the carpet smells really nice now. And then I just maintain it every day, vacuum it, get her hair up off of it at the end of the day. So the carpet's fine, but it's not really giving me the cabin vibe in here, so I want to get rid of it. It was just basically something to put down that was easy for the previous homeowner. And maybe 15 years ago it looked great, or 10 years ago, however long it's been in here. Now I think it's outdated. So this whole thing's going to be wood vinyl floor. I'm gonna take a little trip out to the tiny home in the backyard here. this tiny home on wheels. It's on a trailer, somebody built it, and I'm basically just going to refurbish it and get it to a point where the outside of it, I'm putting some really nice wood paneling on the outside of it to give it more of a cabiny feel. I'm going to swap the door out with a more wooden style door. But anyways, let's take a peek inside. Oh, I guess I didn't have that locked all the way. That's okay. But yeah, the inside of this thing is really cool. And I'm going to be putting a portable air conditioning unit in here. And I can actually exhaust it outside of that window. But basically, I'm building a wooden wardrobe that's going to sit here where you can hang your clothes up. And then in the bottom that pulls out is going to be like a little portable toilet type deal. Which it's going to be a compost toilet. So how it works is it doesn't have a black water tank you have to worry about dumping like in an RV. It basically vacuum seals your waste, and then you just take your waste and you throw it in a trash can somewhere. There's no smell once the vacuum seals it, and each time you use it, you flush. Flushing is basically it just takes your waste and seals it back. They're a little bit more pricier than just getting like a portable toilet, but at least I don't have to worry about, you know, constantly having to change a black water tank. It also helps keep the smell to a minimum. The rest of this is going to stay, but this one, it's just bolted in and propped up. I'm taking this out of here, and then I'm building from the base all the way up is going to be a kitchenette. So there's going to be a little sink that's right here. There's going to be a place for a burner so you can cook. Up here, there's going to be drop-down cabinets to put like your dishware and everything inside of it. That mini fridge that you've seen in the house, more than likely is going to end up in here. And if it does, it's going to end up going kind of like right there. And I can run power straight to it. We got power there. There's going to be a flat screen TV that's going to be mounted on the wall that swivels so you can watch it laying in bed. So basically, this is going to be a little tiny cabin. I found a really cool little electric fireplace for it too. Instead of doing the wood fire stove, I thought about it. I was like, that's too much of a fire risk. You know, with people that are coming and staying in this thing, not often. You know, I don't want to run the risk of somebody burning this place down. So I'm going to do an electric fireplace in here. It'll still look really cool, I think. And I could actually even take that thing out of there because it's not bolted in, this dresser. And I could even move the dresser over there into the corner. It'll still look cool. And we could do like in a little electric fireplace right here. That would also look really nice. But basically this is already built structurally. It's insulated. It just needs some finishing touches, a kitchen added, bathroom wardrobe, TV, better electrical. I can actually add in some electrical outlets throughout the place, like around the bed, around the kitchen area, so people could plug their phones in. And it's just going to run off of the power of my house, the same meter. The rent that I'll be charging, and I'm only going to be renting it through season. So I might miss this summer season, but next year, that gives me till next spring to get this built out and how I want it. So by next summer, I can probably Airbnb it for about 150 to 175 bucks a night, because the going rate for just a tiny motel room out here is over $200 a night. And honestly, like, this thing looks super awesome with the wood paneling outside. I get all the shrubbery cleaned out. You could actually kind of see the river from here through the fence. You see the water moving through the fence. Well, if I cut all of this back over here and then go down there and do the same thing, thin it out, you'll actually be able to hang out here with some tables, an umbrella or an awning I could do from the ceiling, and you could actually watch the river. I'm also adding a solar shower to the side of this. Once I clean this out of here, there's going to be a platform and a nice solar shower with a drop down curtain for privacy, so people can literally just come out here, take a shower outside. People would be renting a cabin, not a hotel room. It's a different vibe, but if you're coming to the Black Hills anyways, you're coming for that cabin aesthetic vibe. Like, that's what you're here for. So make sure this is shut. It is. But yeah, this whole area I can clean up out of here. I can cut this dead tree out of here. Full plan is to add in a privacy fence. So basically where you see that wood fence right there that's leaning, I'm just going to continue off of the edge of this what do you call this thing? Garage slash warehouse type deal. I'm just going to run a fence, a nice looking wooden fence that's going to come all the way down here. And then I'm going to have it kind of cut where this tree is and just follow the tree line all the way to that fence. And then I'm going to put a nice pretty little gate right here that you open up. So you park right here and then you just open this up and then you can go right inside. And when you're in here, you're not going to see my house from here, but you will be able to see the river. You'll be able to go down to the river through here. And you'll have your own private area. I could do a little barbecue grill out here, get all this all cleaned out of here. I haven't even gotten to this portion of the property yet, but I think that's going to be a fair deal. Like say if I charged $150 a day to rent this, it would still be cheaper than getting a hotel room at most, like chain hotels during season time in the Black Hills. And you have your own private little cabin, your little nook in the woods out here. Doesn't bother me at all. And I would just run the electricity from this, which has electricity. So anyways, come on, Valentina. I'm gonna get all this tape out of this fridge and start putting what groceries I have in the mini fridge, which isn't much because like I said, you can't really fit too much in there.
I'll be the first to tell you I've made some mistakes, most of which I never could repay. I had a friend in Caroline and knew a girl from LA, both of which would probably say the same. I was born in the city where the lights kept me awake, but home was 2,000 miles away, in a tiny mountain town where only dreams are found. It's where I'll raise my family one day. So don't get me wrong, I know I'm right where I belong, and the time will come for traveling home, but right now I'll carry on.
To the door of the new fridge, and I still have all of that extra space for other groceries now. So I can go buy a bunch of produce, which I couldn't keep. So if I wanted a salad one night, I would just go buy it at the store for that day if I happen to be going to town. But I haven't even gotten anything in the freezer yet. However, I don't have anything in my freezer to put in there. So I strategically have not gone grocery shopping yet this week because I knew I was getting in the fridge. But anyways, so that's that. So I'll go ahead and go throw this box away. Soda box here and finally get rid of. I could have just put the soda box, I guess, on one of the shelves that would fit easily, but I don't know. I think they're freaking ugly and get it the heck out of there. So we'll go ahead and dump this. This stupid Christmas tree keeps falling over on me. So for the kitchen design that I decided to go with, because of this fridge, the 1960s diner vibe, I'm going to show you guys some concept art of what I'm playing off of. And just so you know, I use AI as a tool. Like, I want to see what it looks like. I give it my ideas. I tell it exactly like where to put stuff on the countertops, play off of what I have in the room. Don't change anything structurally. just to see what it looks like. And I have to say, this is my favorite fit for this room, this old ass tile on the floor. This is the concept art of exactly what I'm going to do to my kitchen. I got the hardest part out of the way. This is probably the most expensive thing that I was gonna have to buy for the kitchen, was this fridge right here. The floors are pretty cheap, it's just tile, but it's not a lot of square feet I have to cover. It's literally just from here and around to the front. And then basically the tile is just going to stop off here at this corner, and then that's where the wood vinyl flooring is just going to continue throughout the house. And then I'll just trim it, kind of like how the carpet's trimmed right now. But this is what it's going to look like. Look at that. Now you can see it too. Look, same exact spot I took the picture in. And I'm going to go with that really cool tile checkered floor. And then this thing doesn't work. No matter how much I try and get this thing to turn on, you know, I try and turn it on. I put a pan on it because that's how it works. It doesn't heat up, it just shuts off. So instead of like worrying about replacing this, I am just going to order a commercial grade griddle, which actually fits through the diner vibe that I'm going for in my kitchen here. And I'm going to put a commercial grade griddle just right over where this is, because this is flat. You don't have anything sticking up, and the griddle will just sit nicely on top. And then I'm just going to drill a hole somewhere on the side and drop my wire in and plug it in where this was plugged in at. So this is how the kitchen's going to look. As you can see, that fridge is pretty much the starting point in here. And then from the other angle, that's from the other angle. You can see the griddle, you can see a milkshake machine over there in the corner. I'm gonna put like a retro 60s actual working milkshake machine. And then a little mini, let me zoom in here, little countertop popcorn maker. So I can have some popcorn when I watch movies or have guests over. I think that will look really cool. And eventually I'll turn that into a wine and beer fridge, or I'll just buy a wine fridge and put it there. So when I have company over, I can offer them wine or beer. But this is gonna look super cool. It's just mostly LED lighting, some cool signs. The thing I liked about this design here, is I can make a custom sign just like that. That says Decker's Diner. So that will be pretty cool. So anyways, that's the plans for the kitchen, guys. I figure I could at least give you guys a visual of what's going on in my brain. As you can see, everything's pretty much here, except for the tile and the cool decor and the griddle. That's pretty much it, and a couple of appliances. So the way I figured it is, if I could buy a really nice fridge like that, then I can get everything else. No problem. So you all will see.
The sun is sinking in the west. The cattle go down to the stream. The redwing settles in her nest. And it's time for a cowboy to dream. Purple light in the canyon, that's where I long to be, with my 3 good companions, just my rifle, pony, and me. Gonna hang my sombrero from the limb of a tree. Coming home, sweetheart, darling, just my rifle, pony, and me. my pony and me, just my ride